They had stopped watching the stars. When you've sent 1,000 distress calls and received nothing but automated acknowledgments, hope becomes a liability. The Illyrian Concord had learned that lesson the hard way. Their world, Illyra Prime, was dying, not from famine, not from plague, from invasion. The Vornak Collective had come without warning, cold, methodical, and overwhelming. Their fleets darkened the sky. Their ground forces advanced with mechanical precision, dismantling defenses that had protected Illyra for centuries. The Concord appealed to the Galactic Council. No response. They appealed to neighboring alliances. Polite regrets. They appealed to mercenary guilds. Prices too high. Eventually, there was only one name left on the list. One species the galaxy considered excessive. Earth. The Illyrian High Council debated for hours. Humans are unpredictable, one elder warned. They escalate, another whispered. They don't fight clean wars, said a third. The Chancellor looked at the casualty projections. Billions dead within weeks. We are already doomed, she said quietly. What do we have to lose? The final distress call was sent. Not formal, not diplomatic, just a raw transmission. If anyone hears this, we are dying. Then they waited. Nothing happened. For 3 days. The Vornak breached the outer cities. Orbital defenses fell. Refugees flooded underground shelters. The Illyrians stopped hoping. Then the stars moved. At first, sensors malfunctioned. FTL wake signatures appeared where none should exist. Massive ones. Dozens. Hundreds. The Illyrian defense director stared at the readings, breath caught in his throat. That can't be right. The sky cracked open. Human ships poured into the system. They didn't arrive cautiously. They arrived like a storm. Carriers the size of small moons. Gunships in disciplined swarms. Logistics vessels deploying mid-jump, already feeding power and ammunition into the fleet. Human war banners ignited across hulls. Not threats. Not demands. Just identification. The Vornak Collective reacted instantly. They hailed the newcomers, their tone sharp with authority. This system is under Vornak jurisdiction. Withdraw or be destroyed. The human response came back almost immediately. Calm. Professional. This is Admiral Reyes' United Earth Defense Fleet. A pause. We received a distress call. Another pause. We're here to answer it. The battle that followed wasn't long. It was thorough. Human fleets didn't clash head-on. They dissected the Vornak formation. Electronic warfare blinded command ships. Precision strikes severed coordination. Boarding teams neutralized key vessels without unnecessary destruction. The Vornak fought fiercely. It didn't matter. Humans adapted faster than the Vornak could process. On the ground, it was worse. Human drop pods screamed through the atmosphere, slamming into contested zones with surgical accuracy. Earth's warriors emerged into firestorms without hesitation, coordinated, relentless, unstoppable. Illyrian defenders watched in disbelief as humans fought toward the enemy, not away from them. They didn't secure perimeters. They collapsed fronts. A young Illyrian soldier whispered into his comm, "They're laughing." The officer beside him nodded slowly. "They do that," he said. "I think it means they're winning." Within 48 hours, the Vornak Collective was in full retreat. Within 7 to 2, their command structure ceased to exist. Within a week, the war was over. Earth's warriors didn't claim territory. They didn't demand tribute. They stayed long enough to stabilize the system, rebuild defenses, and train Illyrian forces to stand on their own. When the Illyrian Chancellor finally met Admiral Reyes, her voice trembled. "We thought no one would come." Reyes met her gaze evenly. "You called," she said. "That's enough for us." Word spread quickly. A small civilization abandoned by the galaxy had survived. Not because of treaties, not because of politics, because Earth answered. At the next Galactic Council session, a delegate asked the question everyone was thinking. Why did humanity intervene when no one else would? The human ambassador's reply was simple. Because if we don't, he said, eventually there won't be anyone left to answer. From that day forward, distress calls carried new meaning. They weren't just pleas anymore. They were invitations. And the galaxy learned the truth it would never forget. When Earth's warriors arrive, wars don't just end. They are rewritten. Because humanity doesn't fight to prove dominance. They fight to make sure survival is no longer optional. And once Earth answers your call, the universe changes.